Time now to talk business. Thanks to our partners, 2 Degrees. The global dairy trade auction happened overnight, plus an iconic electrical retailer has been put into voluntary administration. Riley Kennedy from BusinessDesk joins us with all of that and more. Good morning, Riley.
Good morning, Garth.
So GDT, we're always eyes on this one because it's a real barometer for how our farmers are doing, how our big farming corporates are doing. What do we have to talk about there?
Somewhat unsurprisingly, the index fell. I think everyone was sort of expecting it to fall, but it fell by about 4.3%. Whole milk powder, which is the big one, and that makes up over half of the volume on the platform, that fell by about over 5%. Skim milk powder, which is the same, that fell by over 5% as well. There's a lot of demand. There's a lot of supply around at the moment. Right. Global production has come back when it wasn't that great last year. Domestically, we have a lot of milk ground. And also we're in a really awkward time of the year where New Zealand, we've just finished calving, and so we ramp up to our peak demand, and then the Northern Hemisphere is also coming off their peak demand. So there's just a lot of milk around the globe at the moment, so I don't think anyone was surprised to see that drop this morning.
Middle of summer, maybe they're not hitting the milkshakes quite as hard as we thought.
Yeah.
Probably be beers and putting ice in their beers, as we'll learn later. Hey, look, just looking more locally, we've had some pretty bad news around the retail sector, haven't we? Smith City, big name in the South Island, looks like they've gone to the wall.
Yeah, this appears to have come as no surprise to anyone in the retail industry. I mean, I personally didn't even know that Smith City was still a thing, but...
and you're a proud South Islander.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But went into a voluntary administration yesterday, and voluntary administration is not liquidation and it's not receivership. Basically, voluntary administration buys the company a bit of time.
Time to do what, though? Time to find a buyer? Because who's going to buy it?
You find a buyer, see whether it's still viable as an operation, or basically just send it under. So that went bust yesterday. They said that challenging economic conditions, just the usual thing that most things get blamed on when they go under. Our retail man, Gregor Thompson, asked Rod Duke, the owner of Briscoe's, which you would have to say is a competitor, of whether he was going to buy it, and he said, "No, mate."
I love Rod, he's so blunt.
Another analyst basically said the brand just doesn't have any relevance anymore, so good luck trying to find a buyer for that.
Yeah, I mean, look, you've got IKEA coming in, as we were hearing, colleague Victoria talking yesterday. Mainfreight's going to be shipping that stuff around. There's some pretty heavy competition for price in that area, and lots of choices for customers.
Yeah, the retail industry is super competitive in that market.
Hey, look, just quickly, we heard earlier this morning from David Seymour talking about how it's time to sort of, New Zealand should think at renegotiating the Paris Accord or look at getting out of there. What would be the repercussions of that?
Anyone that suggests that this is a good idea, I would always tell them, go and ask an exporter what they think, go and ask Fonterra, go and ask Sylvan Farms, go and ask Zespri, and I suspect they'll all give you the same answer: no, this is not a good idea. There's probably an argument to tweak it. I don't think anyone is, would deny you of that. But just the trade implications would be huge. New Zealand loves to take any country to task. We took Canada to task over dairy.
That's right. Yeah.
If we pulled out, we would have every trade lawyer knocking at our doorstep, saying, "What are you doing?"
Right.
There's only like 4 countries. The US is in and out. I think it's still currently in, by my understanding. But there's only 4 countries: Yemen, South Sudan, and a couple of others. Brilliant company to keep there. Yeah.
It's not a fashion show, as he said.
It's just you've got to be very careful about how you approach that.
So it sounds more like politics rather than sort of good policy.
Yeah, at Field Days, Christopher Luxon apparently snapped back at the suggestion that he basically said it would be super naive to do it. Yeah. So I would say federated farmers don't even think it's a good idea, so that sort of gives you an idea of where they sit. So good luck ever seeing. It's just political.
Thank you very much, Riley Kennedy, with that astute analysis. You keep us covered. And that's Riley Kennedy from BusinessDesk. We talk business every day, thanks to our partners, 2 Degrees.